The fraudulent call center cleverly operated under the guise of providing technical support for Amazon Alexa users, preying on those seeking help with their devices. The scammers employed sophisticated tactics to manipulate search engine results, ensuring that when victims searched for support, they were directed to fake websites that closely resembled the official Amazon Alexa support page. These counterfeit pages were intentionally designed to display errors, which would trigger a sense of urgency in users and prompt them to call a fake support number for assistance. Once the victim called the number, the scammers would engage in deceptive conversations, pretending to be legitimate support agents. They would request remote access to the victim's computer under the false pretense of troubleshooting a technical issue. Once inside, the scammers would fabricate problems, often non-existent or exaggerated, and convince the victim that their device or system was in serious need of repairs or protection. They would then offer fraudulent protection plans, which they claimed would secure the victim's device for a set period, charging up to $99 for the service. In reality, these so-called protection plans were just another scam to extract money from the victims, with no real service being provided. By exploiting the trust of users who believed they were speaking to Amazon support, the scammers made a significant amount of money while causing no actual harm to the devices they were pretending to fix. The hacker strikes back. While monitoring suspicious phone numbers linked to fraudulent activity, NanoBidder uncovered an elaborate scam operation that was targeting unsuspecting victims. Realizing the magnitude of the fraud, he decided to take action. Utilizing his extensive skills in cybersecurity, he meticulously infiltrated the scam call center's system without raising any alarms or triggering the security measures in place. The hackers running the scam center had, unknowingly, set up the perfect trap for themselves. In their pursuit of maintaining control over their illegal operations, they had installed security cameras, call recorders, and maintained digital logs to oversee their activities. However, this seemingly routine infrastructure, meant to protect their operation from external threats, became their greatest oversight. NanoBidder was able to exploit vulnerabilities in the system, gaining access to these devices and logs. By connecting to the security cameras, he could observe and record the scammers as they executed their fraud schemes. The call recorders allowed him to listen in on conversations and track the exact nature of the scam calls, identifying the scripts the fraudsters were using to manipulate victims. The digital logs, often containing sensitive data like internal communications and employee activity, revealed detailed information about the operation, everything from their tactics and the personal details of their targets to the financial transactions they were conducting. With all of this information at his fingertips, NanoBidder was able to gather crucial evidence, documenting the entire scale of the scam operation. His access to their internal systems provided him with irrefutable proof of the fraud in action, proof that he could then use to expose the perpetrators and report them to the relevant authorities. In effect, the hackers' own setup, designed to ensure their security and smooth operation, had become the very thing that unraveled their scheme and allowed NanoBidder to take decisive action against them. Step 1. Gaining access. NanoBidder successfully infiltrated the scammers' network by employing a mix of advanced phishing tactics and exploiting software vulnerabilities. Once inside, he gained access to their security cameras, recording software and internal communication logs, giving him a rare first-hand view of the operation. From this unique vantage point, he watched in real time as the scammers executed their carefully designed scripts to manipulate and deceive unsuspecting victims. By recording everything they did, Nano collected crucial evidence that exposed the fraud in action, providing undeniable proof of their criminal activities. This not only helped bring the perpetrators to justice, but also allowed him to warn potential victims before they could fall into the scammers' traps, preventing further harm. Step 2. Flipping the script. NanoBidder employed advanced remote access techniques to infiltrate the scammers' systems, gaining complete control and starting to reverse their deceitful operations. By breaching their security, he accessed their surveillance cameras, enabling him to identify the individuals directly involved in the fraud. As he monitored their phone lines in real time, he could intercept calls and warn potential victims, before they fell prey to the scammers' tactics. Additionally, Nano meticulously collected crucial information, such as employee rosters, scam scripts, and banking details, which he later used to piece together the full extent of the operation. This intelligence not only helped him neutralize their efforts, but also provided vital evidence to law enforcement, accelerating the dismantling of the criminal network. The panic sets. When Nano Bitter revealed who he was, the phone center was plunged into a state of turmoil. The scammers quickly attempted to hide their actions as soon as they realized that they were being monitored. Some others attempted to conceal the cameras with tape, while others tried to disconnect the laptops. A few folks even went so far as to destroy the equipment in a fit of rage, but it was already too late at that point. Skyer Ventures Private Limited, a business that was founded in 2019, was identified as the brains behind the operation by Nano Bitter, who conducted thorough research. The executives of this fraudulent organization had been functioning openly, using LinkedIn accounts and corporate documents that plainly linked them to the scheme. The final blow, shutting down the operation. Once Nano Bitter had gathered enough irrefutable evidence, he initiated a series of strategic attacks that systematically dismantled the fraudulent operation. First, he reported their fraudulent websites to Google, triggering a prompt takedown that severed their online presence. Next, he alerted PayPal, leading to the freezing of their accounts and ensuring that victims were refunded. He didn't stop there. He reached out to domain registrars, forcing them to shut down the scammers' websites and disrupt their operations further. Nano also shared his findings with law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and Indian authorities, helping to create a coordinated international response. With their websites offline, phone lines disabled, and their funds frozen, the scammers were left powerless. By December 2023, what was once a flourishing call center had turned into an abandoned shell, its leaders scrambling to cover their tracks as their operation crumbled. The aftermath. The takedown of the scam center had a profound impact on the world of cybercrime, exposing the core of a sophisticated criminal network that had evaded detection for years. By uncovering crucial personnel, financial records, and operational data, the investigation not only dismantled the network, but also sent a clear message to cybercriminals. No system is truly secure, and even the most hidden operations can be infiltrated. The arrests and the exposure of their methods forced scammers worldwide to reconsider their tactics, knowing that they could no longer operate with impunity. The takedown underscored the growing power of international cooperation in fighting cybercrime, making it evident that those who engage in illegal online activities will eventually be held accountable for their actions, no matter how intricate their schemes may seem. Conclusion. This incredible operation by Nano Bitter demonstrates how effective ethical hacking can be in the battle against cybercrime. He demonstrated how to take down an entire fraud network in real time by using the criminals' own surveillance capabilities against them. Not only did his efforts save countless potential victims, but they also showed that even the most well-organized scam operations can be brought to their knees with the correct skills and drive. As cyber fraud continues to change, instances like this one emphasize the importance of being alert and knowledgeable of cybersecurity. Although the fight against scammers is far from over, the playing field is becoming much more difficult for crooks to operate in, owing to people like Nano Bitter. Thanks for watching and subscribing channel.